Well, good evening, Spireites. How are you? The 20th anniversary of a famous 1-0 win at Field Mill, and just funny how a twist of fate, we have another memorable victory tonight at Field Mill. You've seen the score. Bolton, of course, managed by our old friend Ian Evatt, 2-0 down, and they come back to win 3-2. And a former Spireite also on the score sheet, Declan John. Do you remember him on loan from Cardiff City? So tonight's quiz with questions all relating to the Stags and their association with Chesterfield, of course. So I'd like to get in an early thanks to Phil Tooley. I think in all the excitement last time, I forgot to thank Phil at the end. So I'll do that now, just in case I forget at the end, because we did have a very thrilling finish last week. It was Daz Spire who was leading for most of the way. And then, right at the death, the Pilsley franchise stormed through to claim a memorable victory. So, excellent stuff last week. Will we have a similar finish tonight? Sure, Daz Spire has been licking his wounds over the last 7 days and hopefully will be with us to try and make amends. So, fingers crossed as well that the technology holds up. I did have a few technical issues at the weekend. Sunday's Valentine's quiz. We had to delay the kickoff, but we finally got there. And as things stand, things looking okay at the moment. So hopefully Phil Tooley is once again managing to fight off the gremlins as he did last week. Let's hope for a smooth quiz. That would really do me a world of good if we manage to get through without any of the technical issues. We're already nearly at 50 people who've signed in. And if you haven't played before, I know we have a lot of regulars, but if you've not played before, then I'll just play you a quick video just to tell you how to set up your virtual keypad. This is a short video to show you how to log in to play our interactive online quiz. It's recommended that 2 devices are used, one to watch the quiz via the live YouTube stream you'll have been given a link to, and the other to set up and use a virtual keypad. To set up the virtual keypad, use your smartphone or tablet and go to buzzerpad.com. You'll then see this page where you need to add your name as you want it to appear. And you need to tap in the PIN code shown on the live stream before pressing go in the blue box. Your keypad is now set up, but to activate it you'll either need to press the finger at the top of the screen or any of the letters. The live stream will show the number of participants, and this will change as more people log in. When the quiz gets underway, the questions will be shown on the live stream and they'll also be read out. You need to answer as quickly as possible by pressing the letter corresponding to the answer you think is correct. The points go down as the timer ticks down, so the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. Good luck and hope you enjoy taking part. So welcome if you've just joined us. Now past the 50 mark for people taking part in tonight's quiz. The PIN code is shown on the screen. 45163 is the PIN code. And then don't forget to press the finger at the top of your virtual keypad. So the number's rising. We'll give people a few minutes to sign in. Now up to the 60 mark. That's great to see. I know we've got competition tonight from Champions League football, but good to see Vladimir, the Ukrainian Spireite, saying earlier, if it was a choice between the Champions League or the quiz, it's the quiz every time. Or he said, where's the PIN code? So I took that to mean a very big thumbs up for the quizzes. So thanks, Vladimir, for that. Thanks for your messages as well. Were you with us for Monday night's Q&A with James Rowe and his staff? A great event we had on Zoom, and thanks to everyone who's been in touch with some very kind words about that. It was a really enjoyable event for all. Great to see so many Spireites on the screen as well. some of them wearing replica shirts, and some great questions asked of James and his staff. So fantastic. We will be doing more online Q&As. Great way of keeping everybody in touch with each other. As one fan who I know contacted me and said it's great to see so many exiled Spireites that are able to take part, because people who you lose touch with. So fantastic, and thanks to everyone who supported that. So 45163 is the pin code. Don't forget to press the finger at the top. Just while we're waiting, just to tell you about Sunday lunches, which we'll be having not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. So what will that be? Is that the 28th, I'm thinking? Yeah, so a week on Sunday, we'll be having the lunches for takeaway only, of course. And they're priced at £10 each. So you can get a couple of you, just £20 for a Sunday lunch. Also the option of having a dessert as well, possibly even a starter. Got to check the menu actually, so that should be on, well, it will be on the website tomorrow. So if you want to check that and how you can actually order, don't forget as well, you can order takeaway food for next Tuesday's home match against Altrincham. You can collect your food between 4 and 6. You place that order in advance, and they're pork cobs that are available with roast potatoes as well. So great feedback too about the Valentine's meals that were served. Again, collection and some great food served up by Paul in the kitchen. And of course the hard-working staff, Maddie, Amy, everybody else working hard to keep everything going. So thanks to them for their valued efforts. So we're just a few minutes away from starting. 45163 is the pin code, and don't forget to press the finger at the top of your virtual keypad. Now Phil usually looks after the comments on YouTube. I like to be able to take part in those, but unfortunately with the worries about the technicalities of running the quiz, I just then slip onto another screen just to take a look at what's happening. But I'm sure there are plenty of comments on there. It's always quite lively, so Phil will be keeping you in check there and answering any queries. But 45163 is the pin code. We'll get underway very shortly. We're now up to the 70 mark, so great to see 70 people taking part tonight. Plenty of people I could say hello to, but I'll just mention one or two. Zoe Edge has been in touch and saying how much she enjoys the quizzes. So welcome, Zoe. I know you'll be with us tonight along with your family, so great to see you involved. I'm not so sure that you'll like the Stags theme though tonight. I know you have a particular dislike of the team in yellow and blue. In fact, that was brought up, the subject of Mansfield, in the Q&A Monday night. I think it was Phil who talked to George Foster about his spell, of course, over the other side of the M1, but we won't say too much about that. So I think we're just about there with the numbers. So we're up to 71, a final call before we get underway. Just a reminder for those who've not played before, this is the format. It's multiple choice, so you will have A, B, C or D generally, or sometimes just A or B if it's true or false. It is against the clock, so you'll see the timer going down and the points reducing at the same time. So it is important to get your answer in as quickly as possible. We have a live leaderboard which we'll refer to at certain points, so you'll be able to see where you are on that leaderboard. But very intense competition, and the winner will go into the hat for a draw for prizes at the end of the month. Incidentally, for the fun family quiz on Sunday, we'll have a prize of 2 Sunday lunches for the following week. So that's again free to enter, and please do join us 5 o'clock on Sunday. So I think without further ado, we'll get underway. For any late stragglers, 45163, and then press the finger at the top of your virtual keypad. Always good to see when we've seen people signing in. We've got past that particular hurdle, so Take a look who's with us. Reggie for POTY, regular player Haslam, Spireites, South Normo Spireites. Who else have we got? The Cots, Edgers, have we mentioned. Stags 2, Ever 3. So, yeah, reference to the match at Field Mill tonight. And we mentioned there's Vladimir, 18th on the grid. Daspire, so long the leader last week, looking to make up for being beaten right at the end by Pilsley Franchise. Spireites, please, good to see you with us again. Westbar Spireite, multiple winner, of course. Young Bobby Dennis, who I saw earlier this week. Great to see Bobby Dennis. And we see there, Pilsley Saint-Germain on number 40 on the grid. So we see there we're into the 70s. So we'll get underway. Don't forget it's against the clock, so do answer as quickly as possible. So 20 years ago today, the Spireites won 1-0 at Field Mill. But which Chesterfield player that day is now a chef in the Lake District? Is it Chris Beaumont, Michael Simpkins, Jamie Ingledow, or David D'Oria? So 20 years ago today, a 1-0 win for the Spireites at Field Mill. Who is now a chef in the Lake District? Who played Chris Beaumont, Michael Simpkins, Jamie Ingledow, or David D'Oria? And all but 3 have answered with 15 seconds left. Can you get your answer in? Just got 2 more, Lynn Dave and Chim Chimney. Can you get your answers in before the time is up? Just got a few seconds remaining. And the answer is Jamie Ingledow. So how many people put Jamie Ingledow? Most popular answer is 31, but a fair spread. So let's take a look, as we always do, at the leaderboard after the very first answer. And it's Westbar Spireite, as I mentioned, a multiple winner with 30 points. And PK and Holly. So that's the top 3. Kevin Wagg, who's been a winner in recent times. He's in 6th place. Pilsley Saint-Germain in 13th, but he made a late charge to claim victory last week, so we'll always want to keep an eye on. Question 2. Chesterfield's last meeting with the Stags was in April 2018. Which Mansfield player that day has appeared against the Spireites this season? Is it Malvin Benning, Alfie Potter, Danny Rose, or Christian Pearce? So who has played a former Stag who's played against the Spireites this season, who played in that game in 2018? Malvin Benning, Alfie Potter, Danny Rose, or Christian Pearce? Less than half the time now remains. Guessing Lynn Dave might be having a slow connection. Still to answer, along with 3 others. Harry B, Holly, and Chim Chimney. Into the last 5 seconds. Quickly get your answer in. And the answer is Christian Pearce. That's for Boreham Wood. So D is what we're looking for. And 24, just the most popular by 2, ahead of Alfie Potter. And 18 also going for Danny Rose. On to question 3. True or false? When Chesterfield beat Mansfield 3-1 in the FA Cup in 2008, all 3 Spireites goals were scored by players called Jamie. Is it true or is it false? Don't forget, you can press as many times as you want. You can't change your answer. But if you want to make sure that your answer is logged, it will show up on your screen, on your virtual keypad, that you have answered. Is that true or false about all 3 Spireites goals against Mansfield in 2008 were scored by players called Jamie? True or false? 15 seconds left. So most people answering pretty quickly, which is a good sign. Not much of a delay over the internet tonight. It is playing ball so far, so keep your fingers firmly crossed. The answer is true. Jamie Ward with 2 and Jamie Winter. And we have 46 getting that right, 24 going for false. Question 4. All Spireites remember beating the Stags 5-2 in the 95 playoff semi, but what was the aggregate score of the tie? Was it 5-2, 6-3, 6-4 or 7-4? What was the aggregate of that playoff semi-final in 95? Was it 5-2, 6-3, 6-4 or 7-4? Over 60 already have answered, so people quick off the mark tonight. Only 4 to answer still. 3 now. Bobby Dennis, Lynn Dave and Chim Chimney. You might want to check your connections if you're not able to answer. Certainly the latter 2 still there. Time running out. Make sure you're right at the end of the stream as well, that you're not lagging behind. The answer is 6-3. How many people put B? And most popular answer, 40. Obviously a memorable scoreline. 40 getting that right. We'll take a look at leaderboard after the next answer. So who's the only person to have been sent off in a Chesterfield v Mansfield match played at the Technique Stadium? Aka, Proact and B2Net. Sam Morsey, Gary Roberts, Jake Buxton or Matt Reed? So, someone who's been sent off in a game against the Stags at our home. Currently, of course, the Technique Stadium. Previously, the Proact and B2Net. Is it Sam Morsey, Gary Roberts, Jake Buxton or Matt Reed? Been in touch with Gary Roberts over the last couple of days. Always great to keep in touch with him. What a character. 15 seconds left. And only the Wag Rileys and Chim Chimney to answer. Only Chim Chimney now, so everybody is in. That's great to see, and rarity as well that everybody has managed to answer. And the answer is Gary Roberts. That was the last minute of the game in September 2013. So B, and it's the most popular answer with 32 getting that right. Let's take a look then at the leaderboard, see how things are shaping up after 5 questions. Pilsley Saint-Germain, the reigning champion, a point ahead of Kevin Wagg, another former winner than Chester's dream team, Harry B and Newton Spireites. So the early leader, well, after 1 at least, Westbar Spireites dropping down to 12th. Let's take a quick look further down. We won't take too long. Let's just see if you can see yourselves very quickly. Let's go back and move on with the quiz. On to question 6. Which of these players was the first Spireite to score against the Stags in the 21st century? Look at the photos. Tell us whether it's A, B, C or D. So one of those players photographed the first Spireite to score against the Stags in the 21st century. Is it A, B, C or D? Do you recognise the players? That's your first challenge. And then you've got to work out who was it who got that landmark goal scoring against the Stags. First one of the 21st century. 15 seconds left. Only Bobby Dennis to answer. And we're in the last few seconds. He's now answered. And the answer is Rob Edwards. So it's B in a 4-0 home win. Also pictured Luke Beckett and Ryan Williams too, who also scored in that game, and Sean Parrish, who didn't score in that game. So B is the one we're looking for. Second most popular answer after C. So 20 people getting that right. Well done to you. Question 7. How did Dennis Westcott celebrate his Spireites debut at home to Mansfield in August 1952? Scored 4 goals in a 4-1 win, scored a hat-trick in a 5-0 win, scored 2 plus an own goal in a 2-2 draw, or he became the first player to be sent off on his Chesterfield debut. If you don't mind, if I can take a breather after reading those different options out, but is Dennis Westcott, how did he celebrate his Chesterfield debut against Mansfield in August 52? Either scored 4 goals in a 4-1 win, scored a hat-trick in a 5-0 win, scored 2 plus an own goal in a 2-2 draw, or became the first player to be sent off on his Chesterfield debut. And then we now go into the last 10 seconds. Dr. Blue and Overseal Spireite still to answer, and the answer is scored 4 goals in a 4-1 win. So A. Well, the third most popular answer. Most people going for, or the higher number of people going for the first player to be sent off on his Chesterfield debut. Then C also garnering 21, but 19 getting it right. Question 8. In what year did Chesterfield first face Mansfield in the Football League? Was it 1923, 1928, 1933 or 1938? So 23, 28, 33 or 38, the first year that the Spireites and the Stags locked horns in the Football League. Incidentally, I've had one or two people say that they reckon that people will cheat by Googling, but I don't know how you could do that in this quiz, certainly. But just as a test, I got them, I said, well, I'll set you the challenge, do that then on Sunday in the family quiz, and they came nowhere. So I've just proved there are enough questions that you can't easily Google, so by the time you've got the answer, the time's pretty much run out. So I wanted to test that. Good to know. And the answer is 1933. 32 getting that right, so the most popular answer. Question 9. Which of these Spireites featured in a game that saw their then team beat Mansfield 5-4? Look at the photos and tell us whether it's A, B, C or D. Which of those Spireites featured in a game that saw their then team beat Mansfield 5-4? All current players, of course. I'm sure you'll be able to reel them off very easily. Instantly recognisable. Less than half the time now remains, and great to see most of the people answering by the halfway stage. Only 3 to go now. Bobby Dennis, the Wag Rileys, in fact they've now answered, so Overseal Spireite joining Bobby Dennis. And the answer is A, that's Nathan Tyson for Fleetwood in 2013. Sam Kluka scored for the Stags that day, so A is what we're looking for. And just about the most popular, just by 1, 22 getting that right. On to question 10. New signing Adi Yusuf made 26 league appearances for Mansfield in 2015-16. How many of them were starts rather than sub appearances? 0, 10, 16, 25. So Adi Yusuf, how many starts did he make rather than sub appearances in 2015-16? 0, 10, 16 or 25? Of course, we're back in action at the weekend away at Notts County. Don't forget to buy your 50-50 ticket on the website for that one, a possible cash windfall. And the answer is 0. So how many people put 0? It's caught quite a few people out. Only 9 getting that right. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. Ilse Saint-Germain still ahead, just 3 points ahead of Kevin Wagg, and then Jack, or J-A-K, and the backheaders and the number 1 Spireite. Stags 2, Everett 3, just outside the top 5. Now, got a bit of a surprise coming up because we did have this at the weekend in the fun family quiz. So what we're going to have is, if this works okay, it worked on Sunday. What I did was set the top 20 to go into a Wheel of Fortune. So what we'll do, we'll give the winner of the Wheel of Fortune, and there it is, it's set up. We'll give them a prize. Now we have some beers courtesy, well, they're craft lagers courtesy of Scavelli. Or if you don't want the alcohol, then we can sort you out with another prize. We could do sign program, that type of thing. I'm sure we can sort you something suitable out, but just a bit of fun, just to give more people a chance to win something. So you might see your name on there if you're in the top 20. On my screen it's quite small, but if you're watching on a smart TV, you might be able to easily reach yourself. But all the top 20 are shown there. What I'm going to do now is to press the start, and we're going to see the wheel spin. So it goes for about 15 seconds, I think, and then it'll pick somebody at random to win a prize. So just a bit of fun. It's just stopping, and it's stopping there. So it stopped, and that is Crosby Spireite. So Crosby Spireite, if you want to take a photo of your virtual keypad, or take a screenshot just so you can prove it's you at some point, you can do that at the end of the quiz if you want. Don't need to do that now, but then just email that to us. I'll give you the email details at the end. So Crosby Spireite, well done to you. So I just thought I'd introduce that as a bit of an add-on to add a bit more interest for the top 20. So We'll experiment with different things like that. So we move on. Chesterfield beat Mansfield in the 35-36 Division 3 North Cup. What was the score? 6-1, 7-1, 8-1 or 9-1? So what was the score when the Spireites beat the Stags in the 1935-36 Division 3 North Cup? Was it 6-1, 7-1, 8-1 or 9-1? And less than half the time now remains. Approaching 70 have already got their answers in. Only a handful still to do it. So thankfully, things working okay so far tonight. Let's hope it continues that way. Only 2 still to answer. 5 seconds left. And the answer is 8-1. Played 4 days after the same fixture in the league ended 0-0. Ambrose Brown scored 5 in the game. So C is what we're looking for. 18 got that right. 27 going for 7-1. So 3 of these players made their Chesterfield Football League debut against Mansfield in August 79. Which one didn't play that day? So look at the photos and tell us, was it A, B, C or D? The one who didn't play against Mansfield in August 79. Do you recognise those players? Some very well-known Spireites there. Particular favourite of mine as well, amongst them. Less than half the time now remains. A few people still yet to answer as the time ticks down. And the answer is C. Bill Green missed the match. It was John Ridley's Spireites debut, whilst Alan Birch and Alan Crawford had played in the cup game against Hartlepool United. So C is what we're looking for. And 20 getting that right. So just narrowly ahead of B with 19 and 18 going for D, 15 for A. So real spread of answers there. On to question 13. In the 4-4 draw with Mansfield at Saltergate in September 62, Brian Freer scored a hat-trick, but which Stag scored an own goal for the Spireites? Was it Humble, Meek, Modest or Divine? So a player with one of those names scored an own goal to give Spireites one of their 4 goals, either called Humble, Meek, Modest or Divine. Less than half the time now remains. Ten seconds left. And the answer is A. Wilf Humble. He scored, in 198 games for the Stag, scored just 1 goal. They've got as many career goals for Chesterfield as Mansfield, despite never appearing for us. That's a great start on that one, Phil. So A is what we're looking for, Wilf Humble. And only 16 getting that right. 35 going for Divine. On to question 14. Chesterfield beat Mansfield in the 71-72 Football League Cup, drawing 0-0 at Saltergate and winning the replay at Field Mill 5-0. What was the combined attendance for the 2 games? 6,552, 11,552, 16,552 or 21,552. So the combined attendance for those games in the Football League Cup in 71-72, 6,552, 11,552, 16,552 or 21,552. 20 seconds left. And we're into the last 10 seconds. 70 have answered, now 71, so just 3 to go. And the answer is 21,552. Saltergate over 12,000 there, and Field Mill 9,291. So D is the answer. And narrowly the most popular one, 28 getting that right. 24 though, just going for just over 16.5, 14 for 11.5, and 5 or 6.5. On we go. Question 15. Which of these ex-Spireites played most league games for the Stags? Look at the photos and tell us A, B, C or D. So it's an ex-Spireite who played the most league games for the Stags. Which of those in the photograph? A, B, C or D. Always work well, I think, these photos. Great bit of work that Phil to put those together. Mixes it up a bit. Is what we like to see. Many people off the mark quickly. Into the last 10 seconds. Only a handful remain who have yet to answer. And the answer is B. So Alan O'Hare, 25. Just one more than Craig Westcott. Craig Davis, 19. And Manny Diaz-Aruvue with 10 appearances for the Stags. So B is what we're looking for. 25, the most popular answer. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboard at the top. The Back Headers takes over at the top, 3 points ahead of Pilsley Saint-Germain. JAK still up there in third place. Kevin Wagg in touching distance as well. Then it's PK, Moss CFC, Reggie for POTY. Stags 2, Everett 3, Westbar Spireite, and Singing the Blues. That's your top 10. So which of these Spireites has never played a first team match for Chesterfield against the Stags? Scott Bowden, Joe Rowley even, Jack McCourt, Lawrence Maguire. Correct people with that, and I've done it myself. So it's either Bowden, Rowley, McCourt or Maguire. So a Spireite who's never played a first team match for Chesterfield against the Stags. Either Scott Bowden, Joe Rowley, Jack McCourt or Lawrence Maguire. Into the last 15 seconds. 10 seconds remain. And the answer is Scott Bowden. How many people put Scott Bowden? Well, most popular answer with 29. But a fair spread of answers there. Question 17. Which of these keepers made their Spireites debut in the 3-1 home defeat against Mansfield in December 88? Mick Asprey, Mick Leonard, Steve Cherry or Mark Goldring? So a keeper who made their Spireites debut in the 3-1 home defeat against the Stags in December 88. Mick Asprey, Mick Leonard, Steve Cherry or Mark Goldring? Can't remember the latter one there, Mark Goldring, if I'm honest. Remember the other ones? 15 seconds remain. And the answer is Steve Cherry. Played against Mansfield in his third game as well. A 2-1 Sherpa Van Trophy win. So Steve Cherry is C. And 35 of you getting that right. Well done. 21 going for Leonard, 9 for Asprey, and 5 for Goldring. We'll take a look at the leaderboard after question 18. That's the final time before we see the final leaderboard. True or false, Ernie Moss was injured and missed the whole of Mansfield's 77-78 campaign in Division 2. Is that true or is it false? Did Ernie Moss miss the whole of Mansfield's 77-78 campaign in Division 2 due to injury? True or false? Very simple decision to make. 50% chance of getting it right. And we're in the last 15 seconds. The answer is false. He missed much of the campaign but did make his only 15 appearances at the second level in that season. So B is the answer. And it's 46 who got that right. 26 going for true. So we will take a look at the leaderboard going into the last 2 questions of the evening. The back headers are still there. Pilsley Saint-Germain, the reigning champion, is in second and still with a chance of claiming back-to-back victories. Kevin Wagg, well, looks to be, he's going to be playing for runners-up spot at best. PK there, just outside the top 3, and JAK, Reggie for POTY, Moss CFC, number 1 Spireites, singing the blues, and Dunk Fletch, 89. Good to see you there, Duncan. Good performance. A regular participant in the quizzes. I know he does enjoy them as well, so thanks for your messages, Duncan. So we go into the penultimate question of the evening. So which of these Spireites has scored a Football League penalty against Mansfield? Liam Mandeville, Nathan Tyson, Jonathan Smith, or David Buchanan? Which of that quartet has scored a penalty against the Stags in the Football League? Either Liam Mandeville, Nathan Tyson, Jonathan Smith, or David Buchanan. One of those has scored Football League penalty against Mansfield. Last 15 seconds. Well, a few people yet to answer. 4 in fact at the moment. Quickly get your answer in. And the answer is Liam Mandeville for Doncaster in a 1-1 draw at Field Mill, New Year's Eve 2016. So A is what we're looking for. And the third most popular answer, 22 going for Buchanan, 21 for Tyson, and 11 for Smith. So that could have really shaken things up if there's been some wrong answers at the top of the leaderboard. The back headers were leading after 18. So we go into the final question of the evening. Are we going to have drama at the death for the second week running? Good luck, everyone. So in Chesterfield's memorable 3-1 win at Mansfield in September 2007, Gregor Robertson scored early direct from a corner. Jack Lester completed the scoring in the last minute, but who scored Chesterfield's second on the stroke of half-time? Steve Fletcher, Peter Levin, Yanis Kovacs, or Jamie Lowry? For those at the top, eager to answer that as quickly as they can to get as many points on the board as possible. It's going to be tight. Steve Fletcher, Peter Levin, Yanis Kovacs, or Jamie Lowry? The one who scored Chesterfield's second goal in that 3-1 win at Field Mill in September 2007 on the stroke of half-time. So we're nearly over for tonight's quiz. Into the last few seconds. I'm interested to see who wins. The answer is Jamie Lowry. So how many people put Jamie Lowry? Well, a lot of people knew that, 43, but how quickly did they answer? Well, now we'll reveal all. So the back headers was the leader after question 18. And we had Pilsley Saint-Germain in hot pursuit. Kevin Wagg also in contention, but those two at the top battling it out for top spot. Let's take a look at the final leaderboard. Who's on the podium? And we start, as always, by taking a look at third place. And it is Kevin Wagg. So well done, Kevin. Third place tonight, the bronze medal position. Who's taking silver? And it is Pilsley Saint-Germain. So last week's winner finishing tonight's runner-up. So I think we know who's won it. Let's take a look at tonight's winner of the Spireites Quiz. And the back headers, comprehensive win in the end by some margin there. I think my quick maths working out, I think it's at 48 points. Yeah, I think it is. So no calculator as well. So the back headers, congratulations to you. Please do take a photo or a screenshot of your virtual keypad and then send that to us at media@chesterfield-fc.co.uk. You will be able to find that on the website, and I can repeat that as well, but you can play this back on YouTube and hear all the details. The same for the winner, whose name escapes me off the top of my head now, the winner of the Wheel of Fortune at the halfway stage. If you want to send your a photo of your virtual keypad so we can prove that it's you. We'll sort you out with a prize as well. Let's take a look further down then. Just outside the top three we had JAK, then PK, Reggie for POTY, Mossy FC, Harry B, the number one Spireite, Singing the Blues, that's the top 10. Westbar Spireite was leading after question 1, just outside the top 10. You see yourself on there. Dunk Fletch just dropping away towards the end, but a good performance nevertheless. Stags 2, Everett 3 was doing well early on, but dropping down to 19th. So his uncle, regular player Daz Spire, who went so close to winning last week, 23rd tonight. Ben Smith, who's been a contender before as well, in 26th. Take a look further down. Emma in 30th, the Wag Rileys, and then Edgers in 32nd place. So Teacups Barmy Army, we only had 3 sides, reference to that game 20 years ago when Spireite was represented on 3 sides of the ground at Field Mill. Vale Madness, who was a winner a few weeks ago, 36th tonight, just ahead of Slow Connection Volodymyr. So great performance all the way from the Ukraine, Vladimir. Great to see you involved again. Travel Man, another regular competitor. Moondog, Remington Blues. Further down we go. Chim Chimney seemed to be having connection issues earlier. In fact, I've got a bit of a surprise coming up as we come towards the bottom of the table, so don't dash off. I know that there's probably Corrie to watch on catch up, but if you can just hang on for a short while. Spireites, please, great to see you involved again. Spireites, please, thanks very much for your support. Bobby Dennis, a winner of the family quiz in recent times. As we go towards the bottom of the table now, this is where I'm getting interested because I do have a little surprise. Let's take a look towards the bottom. Well, it's one of those because Westbar Spireite's son, imagine, was a late entrant. That's why I think, so I don't know whether it's good news or bad news, but I'm not going to say Dr. Blue because clearly they signed in then couldn't take part for whatever reason. So Westbar's pirate son, we've got don't know if that's a typo or is it Westbar's pirate son, but you are the lucky winner of an exclusive badge. So not a great photo, I'll admit, and it still is in the production stage, but I tried to produce a badge especially for tonight's quiz for the one at the bottom, so the booby prize as it's commonly known. I will perfect that and get it right, but let's call that the production model. And so it is an exclusive one. There will only be one unless I decide to do some more, but at the moment it's the only secret stag badge in existence. So if you let me have your details, then I can get that to you. If I don't hear from you, I'll presume that you're not wanting to add that to your collection, unless you want to give it to somebody you don't like, perhaps. So yeah, usual address, media@chesterfield-fc.co.uk. Let's see if we have some future stag badges for people at the bottom. Let's just give you a reminder about the Sunday lunches available from the famed kitchen at the Technique Stadium. Paul and the crew there turning out some fantastic food, and of course it is for takeaway only, but the Sunday lunches a week on Sunday. It's a bit of an experiment, but if they prove to be popular, who knows, it may well be a regular occurrence. A week on Sunday, there will be a choice for you, and all the details will be on the website. I think tomorrow we'll put something on. They cost £10 for a Sunday lunch. And also there'll be a chance to win 2 of the Sunday lunches for the following week in Sunday's Fun Family Quiz. So I've not updated that, but we did have the Valentine's. In fact, I've taken that off yet. We had the Valentine's special graphic. So that is at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Technology permitting, we'll run through that quiz. The usual format, 20 questions, nothing too serious, where we'll have a lot of trivia and a lot of silly things. 20 questions, the same format, multiple choice against the clock. But we did have around about 80 people, I think it was, playing last Sunday. So we will have that prize for the winner of 2 takeaway Sunday lunches from the Technique Stadium for the following Sunday. Just to tell you about the weekend, of course, Spireites back in action away at Notts County. Don't forget to log in and buy a live stream from Notts County. We'll have and if you want to keep an eye on the action, you'll be able to book your live stream. So we'll put that on the website and the social media channels. But as well, you need to go on to the online 50-50 draw. There's been some good prizes lately, and a good cash windfall from just £1. You can have multiple tickets, but you can just put a £1 stake, and who knows, you could end up winning a nice little windfall to give yourself a boost financially. So thanks to everybody who takes part in the 50-50 draws. They really are a great development for the club to bring in some much needed revenue. So just before we go, I'd like to thank once again Phil Tooley for his effort in putting these questions together. It does take time. I know that Phil enjoys doing them, as I enjoy hosting the quizzes as well, but it does take time, and it is a good commitment to do that each week from Phil. So really do appreciate your efforts with that, Phil, and sorry for not thanking you at the end last week when we had that tight finish. But thanks again, and hope you can join us on Sunday for the fun family quiz. But in the meantime, do look after yourselves, take care, and hope you've enjoyed tonight's quiz. Don't forget those winners to get in touch and just show their photos of their screens, just so that we can verify that they have won. We've got the winner, and also we have, of course, the winner of the halftime spin the wheel of fortune. So we're going to say, before we end this live stream, we'll just quickly whiz back up to the top of the table and congratulate the top three in a good contest tonight, a Spireites and Stags theme to celebrate that 20th anniversary of the win at Field Mill on the night when Ian Everts Bolton go and come from behind to win 3-2 at Field Mill. So the top three: Kevin Wagg, Pilsy Saint-Germain, and congratulations in particular to the back headers. So thanks very much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.